Okay, we going. We good. We good. Anyway, what's up, y'all? It's your boy. I'm back for that good Wednesday, but really, it's Tuesday. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, but I'm still trying to drop them, like I said I would. But I'm gonna just jump right into it today. Dearly Deep Heart Ed is the podcast. Dearly Departed. Yeah. So today is a good day. But I had a little stresses. I'm gonna tell you about them stresses. So I guess you could call it one of them. I'm not even gonna call it a bittersweet day or nothing like that. I finished. Well, not finished. I've been finished. I did the edit and everything for the book. So the book is all good. And guess what else I did? I published it. That's right. I published the book. You can now find Novella Noir parts 1 through 10 on Kindle. And you can also order paperbacks like in a few 2 days. Did I say a few 2 days? In a few more days, like 2 to 3 days, you should be able to order the paperback. So clap it up for me. Yeah. So basically, yeah, it felt good to be able to actually put the book out. The cover looks good and everything. Hold on, I'm responding to a text. Um, hold on, hold on. Y'all be mad, huh? But anyway, I'll pay attention. I'm gonna go to the book too, so I can show you the cover. But no. Anyway, yes, it feels good to be able to actually put the book out, let y'all hear it. I read like the first few of the parts. The book's a short story. It only ended up being maybe like 64 pages on there, so it's a quick read. I'm not gonna have you sitting down for mad long. I do have another book in the works that will be a little longer. It's what you realize when you start writing. It's mad hard to write a whole like 150 to 200 to 300 page book because it's like are you trying to tell a story or are you trying to like just like keep talking for no reason? You know what I'm saying? Like great advice. Once again, let me get this on my lip. Once again, it's like if you're a writer, write. You know. But me, I like to tell a story. So if once the story is over, the story is done. You know what I'm saying? And I wrote it. So once again, just a recap on that. This story was started off by my ex one day. She just, had sent it to me and was like, I want you to finish this for me. I wrote it, the first part. I just don't know where to go with it. She was like, give me some suggestions or whatever. And I was like, oh, for sure. So I got to it. I was already working on some stuff and I was kind of stuck. But I was like, you know what? I want to do this. So I did it. And my only real issues with the story basically was the situation happened and I didn't. And she pretty much just told me she didn't really want to. She didn't care about the story anymore. She initially started writing the story because she wanted to fill out the situation. She wanted to see where it was. She wanted to see where it was going. So it was just kind of like something she just wanted to do. So she wanted to share it with me. I mean, not to see if I agreed or anything, but she really just wanted me to see it because she had worked on it. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and finish it. And like I said, she wrote one part, and then I ended up writing 9 other parts. And I'm gonna just tell you, it goes. I tried to keep it in the perspective of her, but of course I'm not a mind reader, so I have no idea what she would have wrote. But again, she told me to end it. So I did just that. I believe I did it good justice. And so now we can move into why the day was a little rough. So I get to work and I got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like so much freaking work. And it just kept piling up. Now I get there early. And when I get there normally, I'm talking like 6:30. So normally I'll just like check my emails, go over some of my personal stuff, check the stats and everything. I'll do that for maybe, the first part of the day before everybody gets in. Whatever I was working on the day before, respond to, requests and things like that or whatever. So, but then the meeting started right at 9. I had a meeting from 9 to 10, then a meeting from 10 to 11, then another meeting from 11 to 12. And then after that meeting, guess what? I had the actual work to do that I, accumulated from all those meetings. And, it wasn't really so much like I know what my job is, but it was just like, it just seemed like it was all hitting me. And I realized I really need to prioritize because if they asking this much of me, you know, they trust it. They trust that I can do it. So you can't just go to your manager like, hey, this is too much. Y'all piling it on. And, y'all know I'm still new. So I wasn't going to do that. But I ended up, working on some stuff. But then I stopped so I could, write everything down that I needed to do and everything. And even while I was doing that, I was still getting emails to, for stuff to do. And one of the things I did this morning, though, was I had to text. I had to text my ex. I had to. The reason why I had to is because this is going to be one of those, very tricky months for me. Maybe not for her, but it's going to be a tricky month for me. Like, not only is this the 10th year that we would have been together, you already know how I feel. Would have been the 10th year that we would have been together. I'm already seeing like all of the memories popping up on Facebook every single day. Like I said, from those memories, I was able to remember the exact date that we met. And I used to forget, but now I know it was January 16th, 2010. So on my Facebook memories, it's basically me talking about this girl, this woman that I met at the club, and how she's making me feel, and I'm asking all these questions. I'm saying, all these, little quotes and nice, beautiful love things. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like, when the silence is too much, but you with her, that kind of stuff or whatever. I'm seeing all these stuff that I wrote way back then. So that's one thing. But then, not only that, her birthday is this month, and so is Valentine's Day. Now, I don't really trip that much off Valentine's Day. Not a big deal. It's like, it is whatever. I mean, it is what it is. We had some cool Valentine's Days and stuff like that or whatever, but we did our thing like daily. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't never nothing for me to like, surprise her with, flowers or, do something, even if it was finding out how to stream her favorite show or movie or something like that. Illegally. We always did our thing, so it's not really that, but it's like this was not planned because I had no idea when I was going to finish the book. So it's not like this was planned or anything, but just so happened I finished it in her month, in the love month. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I was joking when on the last episode when I was like, oh, and I text my ex. But what I had text her that last time when I was, kind of playing around or whatever, it also had something to do with the book. I basically let her know, that I finished the story and I was going to publish it and I was going to keep her anonymous, so still won't really have her name on there. And I was like, I let her know I've done a lot of editing, and even though she said she didn't care, I hope I ended it with justice, like I just told y'all. And then, I said, I love you. Of course, I didn't get a response. So today, I just kind of like had to let her know, like, I did it. So I basically said happy early birthday and happy early Valentine's Day. And then, regardless of anything, we did have something. So I still want to joke around because I could either be super sad about this situation, I could be delusional about the situation, or I could just be like whatever. So sometimes I just choose to be joking, joke around and be like whatever. So basically, I said happy early birthday and happy early Valentine's Day. I'm assuming I won't be getting any undies this year, but I wanted to send this now so I'm not debating on saying anything on the days of. So that's just basically to say, like, when February 14th come around, you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, should I send it? Should I send it? No, I'm not gonna do it. And then when her birthday come around, I'm not gonna be like, oh, should I say happy birthday? Like, I'm not gonna do it. Just let the day pass. And if I do, whatever, who cares? Then today, after I sent all of this, I was like, dang, did they change the way they show the block numbers? Because I just popped in my head. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I could be blocked. That's why she don't respond. She ain't even getting the messages. She don't want to get the message. But anyway, I said, I hope this year brings you a genie and everything you've ever wanted just falls into your lap. And then basically I sent her the link to the story because regardless of anything that anybody said, even though she said she don't care, we don't have that in writing anywhere. So if I was to sell a bunch of copies, technically she wrote, 10% of the story, so to speak. So I have to give her credit. And plus I want to give her credit because I wouldn't have never wrote this story, at least no time, soon. I wouldn't have wrote this story anyway. So it was her idea. So I had to give her credit or whatever. So I'm just covering my bases even on that, like letting her know, like, hey, I did it. It's published. It's on, the ebook and the hardcovers or whatever. I didn't say all that. I just said, check this out and send you the link. Because the check this out comes from when you send the link anyway. But anyway, just letting y'all know that I did it. So now, if y'all want to know what this story is really about and what happens with these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, check it out. I'm going to show y'all the cover now. I designed the cover of the book. And, let me show it to y'all real quick. Some of y'all probably seen it. I keep telling y'all, like, I'm trying to figure this out, okay? Because I get mad listens and plays on my podcast, but where are y'all? Like, you don't have to be shy. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, no person that's just gonna front on you or nothing like that. Like, I ain't famous like that, and I wouldn't front on nobody like that anyway. So would y'all please start responding? Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I get at least on each podcast over about the course of a month, I will get at least 30 to 40 plays. So I don't know if and it's not one person listening. It's not just one person listening because I could see it. You see what I'm saying? I could see, the places, the demographics. So, like, who are y'all? Like, start hitting me up for real. Like, it's all good. We cool around here. So let me show you the cover real quick. I know I'll be talking because I added some graphics to like the Instagram and stuff like that. And if you lazy and you don't be feeling like going to Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't even see it. But anyway, okay. And it's black. It's all black. So okay, maybe you can. You can see some of it. It says Novella, Noir, and then it's like 3 roses. And then for the subtitle, I called it Sometimes and Never, written by her and my name, Deontay L. Young. So boom, the book is out now. It's only $4.99, so y'all can check that out. Yeah, and if you got like the Kindle Unlimited, you could just go right to it, and you could just listen to it then. And I put up the promotion. I try to put up the promotion. I think it's gonna tap in eventually, but I put in the promotion for it to be free for like 5 days. So Yeah, go get it. Share it. You know, holla at me about it. So anyway, that's why kind of like it was kind of like a weird day because I was not expecting her to respond to that message or any of them. I wasn't, and I'm not. I'm still not expecting her. She did not respond, and I'm not expecting her. But it's like it's all coming to an end. That was like our last bit of business, so to speak. That was it. And I knew that this day would come. I knew that once I finished this, and I wasn't like holding back or anything like that. This was I had to get this done. So I knew that there would be a time where this was going. This is it. I mean, even if I was planning on telling her, like happy birthday or happy Valentine's Day, like that would have been it. So I did it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. Last bit of business. I mean, after this, to be honest, I don't have anything else, like no other reason to say anything to her. Nothing. Nothing. I don't like we have no other business together. So I'm not even saying this was business, but I'm saying like there's no other reason for me to say anything to her at all. So it was kind of like, dang, like that's it. And, she's not responding. So it's like, that's really it. So, I was just kind of like thinking about that today. And this isn't a huge deal, but, the other, not the other, but the other person that the new person that I started talking to or whatever, I haven't heard from her. And I haven't taken it upon myself to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Because although that I like her, I'm trying to change my ways. I'm trying to change my ways. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson say. So it's kind of like I've already done the waiting and stuff like that, and so I'm just like, if I hear from her, that's cool. If I don't, then that's just is what it is too. But all of that started affecting me. That started affecting me this weekend because I was just like, dang, like this is a situation that I haven't even told her about none of this. I haven't been acting funny. I just been being open to her and what she got going on, all that. So, it's like now I'm still, it's still not working. And I get it. People be busy and all that. That's what's up. But I'm not even really tripping. It's just that dang, like that's one reason why it's really hard for me to even want to move forward is because I don't like this part. I don't like this part. The part where, you know, I'm putting myself out there and I'm not getting what I want in return. Like everybody know, like dating, you know what I'm saying, meeting people, all of that is tough. You don't like the rejection, you don't like to put yourself out there like that. But I've been putting myself out there for this person. And you know, it's like I'm not getting that return right now. And again, I like I said, I can reach out and be like, "What's up?" But I already did that. I already asked her like, "How was the weekend?" Like how you feeling now, all that kind of stuff or whatever. And I haven't got no response. I was even yesterday. I was about to, just get her. Well, yes, it's Monday. Yeah, I was about to get her some flowers, but I told myself, "No, I don't even do that because you can't do too much." Like, what's that gonna do? Like, that's what I thought. If I get her some flowers, what's that really gonna do? It's gonna make her happy for that moment, but then in a week, it's gonna be the same thing again. She's just not gonna talk, or it's gonna take a week after that week for her to say something again. So I'm like, and then also because I was super busy once again at work, and I probably still would have did it if I wasn't busy at work. I don't be caring about all that stuff I just said. If I wanted to do it, I would have did it. Ah, man, but I ended up not doing it because I was very busy and I couldn't leave my desk. And also I drove and ain't no parking, so I was like leery about leaving the car and having to go do this and that or whatever. So anyway, I ended up not doing it. But that's what I was thinking about today. I was thinking about, dang, this is it. Probably don't have nothing. I mean, I don't have nothing else to tell my ex. Like, I can't be like, oh yeah, the story is doing good, blah 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 blah. None of that or whatever. If I made a bunch of money on it, I would send her some money. I'll send her the money she, gave me for when I effed up the car door. I would give her that. I should probably be doing that anyway, but whatever. I would give her that, and whatever keeps coming in. So, that again, if this ain't it, that'll be it. But when I was driving home, no, and like before that, I was like, dang, like I feel like I want to cry, but it would have been me just forcing tears out. I did, squeeze a little bit, get the eyes watery or whatever. They got a little watery today when I was at work. I was like, trying to force them out because sometimes crying feel good. Sometimes you gotta let it out. And the reason why is because I was like, dang, like I really gotta move. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta stop. You know, I miss her to death, but I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to cry a little bit. It didn't really work. But I started when I was going home. I was driving home and everything, and I just put on some somber music. You know, but that's the kind of music I listen to anyway. I can tell you right now, the music I listen to Childish Gambino, his music. I listen to Eminem. I listen to Danny Brown. I listen to Coheed and Cambria. If y'all know about that, I don't know what to tell you. Get on it. And I listen to random, kind of like alternative hip hop, rap, R&B type, like music. And I listen to some of my old school type music or whatever. So there's this one song that came on that is on one of my playlists that I've been listening to for like years. It's this song by LeAnn Rimes, and it's called Soon. And I got the lyrics up for y'all real quick because I'm going to tell y'all, in contrast, I mean, I was wishing like, maybe I should start preparing a little bit better or whatever so I can have some more stuff to talk about with y'all, but whatever. I would be able to give you more than one track. But obviously I can't play it. Well, I mean, I could, but again, I don't know the rules, all of that. I know on YouTube, once I put this on YouTube or whatever, they'll just basically, be like, you can use the video, but you can't monetize it. And it's not even really about the money, but it's like, I don't know what happens once it's on there because my own music got flagged because I go through a publishing company. So the publishing company claimed it for me. And I had to dispute it, and I didn't ever go back and listen to it, so I don't know if they took the music out in those parts or whatever. But anyway, the song is called Soon, and in contrast, I wanted to read the lyrics because this is a song that I don't want to really say like I manifested this to actually happen, but it was one of my favorite songs when stuff wasn't even happening. I'm talking like, I think I was probably like 19, 20, I don't even remember, but the song is pretty old. But anyway, the song is called Soon. And so just listen to the lyrics and you'll see what I've went through. So it says, soon baby, actually, I will cry my last tear. I will be over you. Soon, darling, all these tears won't be here. Soon, you know that I will be over you soon. One night, you won't be in my dreams. I'll finally make it through. And I'm taking out, like the ad-lib type stuff. One night, baby, you won't be in my dreams. I'll finally make it through one night. I won't call out your name. I won't be in this place. Soon, I will be over you. Now, let's just let that sit. Just let it sit. She basically saying, one day, I'm going to cry my last tear. One day, I'm going to be over you. One day, all these tears not going to be here no more. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. It is what it is. You left. It's over. You broke my heart. It's gone. You're done. It said one day you're not going to be in my dreams. You're not even going to be I'm not even going to think about you no more. And if you heard this song already, you already know where it's going. It said one day I'm not going to call out your name no more. I've called out my ex's name. Effing right I did. Hoping she hear it too. Don't worry about this. Soon I will be over you. I won't be in this place. Soon I'll be over you. So this place, this heartache place, this place that you're in, this place of grief. This place of sadness. I won't be in it. But then it says, soon as the mountains turn into rivers, soon as the sea turns into sand, soon as the sun comes up at midnight, that's how soon. Soon all the hurt will end. Until then, I'll just pretend. Soon it will be over. I keep telling myself I'll be over you someday soon. But let's rewind. Let's go back. She said, as soon as the mountain turn into... How the mountain gonna turn into rivers? An act of God, he gonna just crush them. He's just gonna crush him and turn it into a river, okay? We know that's not happening no time soon. As soon as the sea turns into sand, this is all impossible stuff. It's not going to happen no time soon, basically. As soon as the sun comes up at midnight. Now, this is a lady who was talking about my life a long time ago, about 15 years ago or more. Let's go to the next one. The next say, let me see. Yeah, because she pretty much just left it like right on that. She didn't even do no more, like cleverness. She was just like, man, I'm just going to be real. But the song itself is a country song. She just started going in, hitting them notes, and even had a dude come in on the background, But I'm just saying all that to say, like, it ain't just me. It's people out there just like me. That song came from somewhere. Most songs like that, come from somewhere. Personal, experiences. See what I'm saying? So when, you want to judge people and say to yourself like, oh, he tripping, ain't nobody thinking about him like that, or, you crazy, all that kind of stuff. Just remember that song Soon. It's a lady named Leanne Rhymes that sang a song and was talking about me. And I love that song. I wish I could play it for y'all. I was going to sing it, but I don't need to sing it. I don't need to sing it to y'all. So we're going to go to another song called Winterbreak by Muna, M-U-N-A. Now, this song is more modern, and this song bang. It's so good. It's like androids or robots made this one. Like, the lyrics just, man, it's like this song came into my playlist. That's how I found out about them. I mean, on Spotify, you got Spotify, like, man, I'm telling you, you'll find all the best music. I don't know about all the other algorithms of all them other streaming sites. Like, I try to support Tidal and all that or whatever. Apple was glitching. Tidal, my music is on Tidal. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little money. I seen plays from there. Ain't none of them paying nothing. But Spotify, I'm going to tell you, Spotify is the truth. They know everything I like. They put it together. I even was on like 2 Spotify playlists. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a little little money off them. But this song is called Winterbreak. We're going to just get right to it. Now this one is like, you say, I say last time, this time. You say, I best get going because it's getting late. And I say, we don't know what comes because that's on the way. But the last time that we made love, you left in tears. So this time you're wondering how to leave it here. I haven't seen you since last winter break. And I know that I broke your heart. But oh, he's the smart one. Oh, he's so intelligent. He must know that I took it hard. Just before we get to it, so let me break that down for you. That beginning part, I don't even understand it. It just sounds good vocally. But you say I best get going because it's getting late. That's basically I'm the person that the woman is talking about. She's basically telling me, so everything y'all done heard me talk about on this podcast, everything y'all, like, put my ex in this group lead vocalist place. Imagine this is my ex, and imagine why. I just gravitated to the song like, God, man, they know me. So again, I'm like, I best get going because it's getting late. I probably would never say that, but I get what they're saying. And I say, that's her, that's the ex. She say, we don't know what comes because that's on the way. But the last time that we made love, you left in tears. Now, I ain't never left in tears or nothing like that. But I have been sad after we, did the grown up. Because I knew it wasn't going nowhere. I knew it wasn't going nowhere. It's just like, of course, it's amazing. It's great. It's fantastic. This is the woman I love. It's a great feeling when you even close to somebody like that. But like I've gotten, sad because I'm like, this ain't it. That was cool, but am I gonna see you tomorrow? Am I gonna see you in a few more days? Like, oh shoot, we just did this and now you gone and I ain't talking to you no more. That's basically what happened my last time. So it says I haven't seen you since last winter break. Obviously, we know this happened at the beginning of the summer for me. So winter break, summer break, just change it. And she's saying, and I know that I broke your heart. But oh, he's the smart one. Oh, he's so intelligent. He must know that I took it hard. Now that's the one that I'm thinking like, she's told me that she's been hurt before too by this whole situation. Not this situation, but our situation. It's not just me that's been in pain. She's in pain for her reasons. I'm in pain for mine. I can't speak for her, but I could say, like I've said before, she wanted something from me and I wasn't able to give it to her the way she wanted it. And if you're a man and you have a woman, that's your goal. If you want that woman, do what it is she needs of you. Do it. Work at it. She needs you to be the president and you love her, you better try to be the president. Maybe she'll respect it enough. That's my beliefs when it comes to love. If not, forget it. Her expectations is too much for you. Don't do it. If she wants you to build a house to show that you love her, you better fix that house. If she wants you to be able to just get a job, even if it's at McDonald's, that's what you need to do. That's what I didn't do. I did what I wanted to do and thought that I was going to basically make her love me the way that I wanted. I thought that I was going to be able to make her love me by me loving her the way that I wanted to love her, not the love that she wanted. She wanted me to be good financially and all of that. And yeah, I wanted that for myself, but that wasn't my main thing. My main thing was pleasing her in other ways. Being there for her. Not necessarily financially. Just whenever she called, I'm there. Whatever I could do. Anyway, so the chorus, I guess I'll kind of sing the chorus a little bit. I'm not going to really sing it, but I'll do the melody. It says, oh, baby, I think we both know this is a love that we won't get right. And it's like auto-tune, so. But still, if you said that you wanted, I know I'll always have one more try. So it goes, oh, baby, I think we both know this is a love that we won't get right. Still, if you said that you wanted, I know I'll always have one more try. So you get that? It's basically saying this is a love that we know that we never gonna get right. But she's saying if if we say that we want it, she know and I know that we gonna always have that one more shot at it. I got a song called One More Shot. Y'all should go listen to that too. But she basically saying like, I know and you know this ain't never gonna work. It's just not. But if we want it to work, we'll always have one more try. And that is what me and my ex always had. One more shot. And that is why I always continued. This is a different kind of love. I'm sorry that y'all didn't have this kind of love with your past person. I'm sorry. This is different. Maybe she did love me just as a really strong friend. But it was the type of love that made her always come back to me for whatever reason. Take a sip. Pause for a second. Now let's get to it. It says, you pull that face like here we go again. So I pull a flask out the back of my jeans and then you take a pull. So a flask out the back of my jeans. My ex, she used to like drinking. She used to drink. It's kind of part of the reason why I drink. So I didn't drink till I was like much older. Then you take a pull. I guess a pull is like a drag from the cigarette. I don't smoke, but I put that in the sense of like she takes a drink, I take a drink or whatever. So you pull that face like here we go again. So I pull a flask out the back of my jeans and then you take a pull. And in my mind we're in my bed and I'm pulling your sweater up over your head. Now, what did I tell y'all about when that one time she did the sweater thing? Was y'all listening? Now, that's a totally different situation, but it's just a line. You see what I'm saying? It's the line that you know, kind of coincides with my story. Like, Jonah, I ain't making this up. But she's saying, she says, in my mind, we're in my bed and I'm pulling your sweater up over your head. So what she's saying is they about to get it in. She thinking in her mind, like, I'm going to pull the sweater over your head to get it cracking. And I haven't seen you since last winter break. And I know that you hate how that went. But oh, he's a smart one. Oh, so intelligent. He must know what is happening. And that's the cold part. That's the cold part. See that second verse. When I'm writing the second verse, it's not tough, but it's like, dang, it's kind of like you got to up the ante on what you wrote before. And I just said up the ante. But you got to up it from what you wrote before. The first verse was kind of, it was like just an introduction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably what the song was. Because how I do when I write my songs, I'm like, the first verse is going to basically be what the song is, the essence of the actual song. And I don't know what I'm going to say next on the next verse. Maybe you might have the chorus first, but that first verse is something totally different. But anyway, so in the first one, you got to remember, she said, he's the smart one, he's intelligent, he must know that I took it hard, like she was still feeling bad. But the second one, it says, he's a smart one, he's so intelligent, he must know what's happening. Yeah, I knew all of them times. what was happening. I knew that this wasn't going to be something that was going to last forever. I knew it. And she knew it too. She was the one, she was controlling it. She was the one with the controller. She knew too. She knew what was happening. And we knew what we were doing. But guess what? It didn't matter if I knew. It didn't matter if she knew. It was what was happening in that moment that felt so good. So yeah, I knew that it was a huge possibility that after we do this, and I'm not even talking just sex. I'm just talking about after I pick up this phone, after we go on this date, after we go to the movies, after I get her this food, after all of that, I knew that it was a big possibility that I may not even hear from her the next day. But guess what? What I felt for her was stronger than all of that. I didn't care. It was, had me stressed out. Got me real anxious a few times, but I still went through with it. So I'm gonna say it again real quick for y'all. I know you like this song. You're probably looking it up right now. Remember, it's called Winterbreak. You pull that face like here we go again. So I pull a flask out the back of my jeans and then you take a pull. And in my mind, we're in my bed and I'm pulling your sweater up over your head. And I haven't seen you since last winter break. And I know that you hate how that went. But oh, he's a smart one. Oh, so intelligent. He must know what is happening. So that's boom, that's that. So we're going to move on to the next part. I'm not going to do the chorus again. I'll do the chorus for you. It's cool. I'll read it. Oh, baby, I think we both know this is a love that we won't get right. Still, if you said that you want it, I know I'll always have one more try. You freaking right. She'll have one more try. So the next part goes, oh, it's magnetic, isn't it? This is a love. No, I skipped. Oh, it's magnetic, isn't it? The sense of something underneath the surface. That's how she said it. When you're laying on thin ice. God, people be coming up with these lyrics. Oh, it's magnetic, isn't it? I got a little line about magnetism in the book. Y'all better go get that. Oh, it's magnetic, isn't it? Yes, it is. The sense of something underneath the surface when you're laying on thin ice. That's what I just told y'all. I knew that we could break right through that ice, but it was still something just I wanted to be there. And like, even if it cracked, like I'm going to go through the ice. I'll get out eventually, but I'm going to go through that ice. Just a little bit masochistic. Attentive to the lips as the parting of your lips and the ache in your eyes. And then the lady like, but I think I'm gonna kiss you. And then in the song, but not on here, it says, oh, this time. And then the chorus comes back. So let me read that to y'all again. Oh, it's magnetic, isn't it? The sense of something underneath the surface when you're laying on thin ice. Just a little bit masochistic, attentive to the lips as the parting of your lips and the ache in your eyes. But I think I'm going to kiss you. Basically, she's basically saying, I already know that this is some foul, effed up stuff. This relationship that we have is so screwed up that it's almost masochistic. You know, it's a little bit masochistic. Like we both knew that. She knew it. And I knew it, but we still did it. What I don't know. What maybe that's not love, but who said it had to be? I don't freaking know. I don't think it matters. Anyway. Oh, baby, I think we both know this is a love that we won't get right. But still, if you said that you wanted, I know I'll always have one more try. Then the end say, you say, I say, last time, this time. I think that's both of them saying we know that this is it. But then it's a circle. They go right back to it. Of course, they go back to it. And these is probably young people, too. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the winter break. And I mean, I'm putting it out there like, again, like, this, I write. So I put these type of lyrics out there. You know what I'm saying? Like these type of songs. You know what I mean? It's like, what can I say? It ain't just me. It ain't just your boy. And that's not even what I'm really trying to prove with telling y'all this, but I'm just saying, like, end of the day, like, y'all gotta understand, like, be in love, y'all. Like, just be in love. Period. Like, don't worry about what nobody else talking about, man. Like, if you love her, if you love him, like, just freaking do it. Quit worrying about what everybody else gonna think. Like, where would I be if I cared about what everybody said about what I got going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, where would I be? My bad. I was looking for the song One More Shot because I'm not playing it. I'm definitely not going to play it. But anyway, I wanted to read y'all the lyrics, but I ain't all on the internet with my lyrics. But anyway, I mean, I got another one for y'all. I got another one. It don't go as the song itself goes hard, but it don't match up with, you know, what I got going on like too much. But I'll give y'all one more. I'm gonna give y'all one more song too. Song called Potential. Shout out these people, man, that I'm saying, that I'm talking about. Nope. It's not by Summer Walker. It's by Kilo or Kyo. It even got a question mark because people don't even know what it say. But before this one comes, it basically, you know, it's talking about the potential of being together. So, and it not working out. And once again, so I'm going to just read it because it go hard and, I don't know, it's a question mark, and they can't be us. Information has gone astray. Yeah, I hoped we'd get it someday. In and out. Are we gone today? Yeah, I know. Know you're running somewhere. Yeah, I know. And then the chorus be saying like over and over, but it's so clean. They go, you make it hard. You're so good to me, it hurts. Good to me, it hurts. You make it hard. You're so good to me, it hurts. Good to me. Okay, y'all get it. And they say that a heck of times, but there you go. Visionary, because now I remember it now. I mean, I listen to it all the time, but I'm reading the lyrics and I had to get that melody. Visionary, are you still in the clouds? Come bail me out, keep me cold in the wind, blowing thin. You just let the phone ring. Give it time. Don't come to my place. Yeah, I thought you would want it this way. Yeah, I thought you were going out of state. Stuck bad on the memories. Goddamn hard on the memories. I went, prayed with my enemies. It stuck hard of my reverie. Stuck bad on my memories. Goddamn hard on the memories. We missed our anniversary. We missed our potential. I'm emotional. And then she get back. You make it hard. You're so good to me, it hurts. Now, what did I just tell y'all January was? January would have been the anniversary of us meeting. All this other stuff, I mean, it could mean a lot. It's stuck hard on my, it says reverie, but I'm pretty sure that's revelry. I used to hear that song. John Mayer say that, and like one of his homeboys say it too. And what's his name on what's my guys? Kings of Leon. That's a Christian group. I don't even know if y'all knew that. Revelry is the noisy partying or merrymaking. You see what I'm talking about? Like, she basically was saying, all of this is stuck bad on her memories. She went and prayed with her enemies. Like, whatever she was going through was that tough. It stuck hard on her reverie. Like, she was out there doing her thing. But then she said, we missed our anniversary. Probably when she was out wilding out. She was wilding out. And, he was probably doing his thing too. And she like, we missed our potential. And then she said, I'm emotional. I guess I got girl feelings. That's what it is. That's all right. I don't care. It's feelings. And it's feelings for a woman. But you see what I'm saying now? It's like, I love music, and that's why I really just wanted to share all of that with y'all. But you gotta go get the book. You gotta go get the book. So I'm glad I got to share that with y'all. As always, you're getting 2 from me this week. You're going to get a quick rant on Saturday. Keep supporting. Just let me know who y'all are. Because I can't possibly... I'm not talking to myself. I know I'm not. I'll be looking at y'all. If I showed y'all the demographics of the people that's listening, y'all would be like, dang, like, that's consistency. And that's what it's all about, right? So anyway, I'm going to just do my thing. It's about 6:46. My day wasn't really that. I released a whole book today. I published a whole book today that y'all could go buy right now. It's a great day. Not only that, It's a book that my ex helped write. She'll always be my muse. I'm going to have stories to tell forever. It is what it is. I wanted to read y'all some other stuff in light of the fact that I just dropped the whole book. Actually, you know what? I was going to end it. But let me see if I can find something real quick. I don't really feel like reading. I don't even feel like reading for real. Let me see if I can find this in the next minute or so. Y'all will have a little bonus because I don't feel like reading. Or whatever it is, I ain't reading all of it. Hey, get my face. Y'all see what I'm doing. It's the phone. Sign in. I'm going to my vocal.media. Always trying to tell me to change the password. No, I like my password. Let's go to stories. Published. Nope. I'm going to read y'all some of The Lonely Wine Man. I'm not reading all of it. The Lonely Wine Man. Get your drink. Get your popcorn. The Lonely Wine Man. Every so often, he would stare at the 3 bottles of wine behind the red leather couch in his room. They were placed there out of the sun to keep them cool. He didn't know much about storing wine, but this was his attempt at keeping them preserved. He peered over the couch to inspect them. Still there. Still wine. The first layer of dust had already begun to form around the necks and golden foil seals. He thought that gave it an aged vintage look. Also, it would show proof that they hadn't been touched since they were placed there. If even one had been opened, that would prove him to be disloyal. So he would inspect, smile, and that was all. Also, there was one other bottle on the table in the room next to the couch, next to his bed, and sometimes he would readjust the one bottle of red wine on the table in his room. He assumed that was the one that was left there for him. But he just looked at it and created scenarios on the day he would open it, and it would be shared. It was so fancy. There was a wasp or a bee embossed on the foil. The bottle was a dark colored glass and thick. The neck was long and the shoulders were curvy. The bottles had a nice weight to them. Some nights he would notice the moon shining on it, and other times the candle on the candle holder behind it would be lit, and it would remind him of being in a 5-star restaurant. Always waiting for the waitress to pop the cork. He was not much of a drinker, but he was curious about these 4 bottles. At the tasting, he had positive feedback, but he did not fully indulge. He was focusing on the moment, the place, the memory this was creating, a mini story in his head to enjoy for years to come. The figure sitting across from him, so prestigious, built, knowledgeable, and experienced, he enjoyed the atmosphere only she could provide. The taste of the wine could never be compared to the feeling he had captured that afternoon. After a while, his room began to feel abandoned, though. He would look at his bottle on the table and say to himself, I might as well drink it all. This place is lonely, and I don't think anyone's coming back. But instead, he would bring home a different bottle of wine or liquor and consume that instead. How many weekends would he wait for her? He thought of her sliding open his back door and hovering over him, holding a bottle, pouring it just for him, and then spilling a little, enough to stain the carpet. He imagined looking at the stain when they were both gray, 65 years of age gray, together and happy, pleased with one another. Maybe there would be one more bottle left over all the years. And they would sip that one, too, on a cold winter afternoon to warm their old bodies. They would glance at the floor, and though the stain would be faded, the memory would still be fresh. The night she returned. One day, while shopping at a local store, heavy rain began to fall. He could see it through the large windows as he was paying for his items. He wasn't dressed for the rain, but he didn't mind. When he walked out into the sudden storm, he felt a bit youthful, looking up at the clouds and walking in a puddle. The puddle was a bit deeper than it looked, and he felt his socks begin to swell with water. Not an ideal situation, but he was happy to be feeling the warm droplets. He rushed in and tossed the bag on his couch. Then he kicked off his big, black, soiled boots. He stripped down, and for a few seconds he stared at the bottle of wine on his table. He ran to the kitchen and grabbed a corkscrew. This was it. Love was not returning to his room anytime soon. As he began to rip the golden foil, he stopped. Love wasn't there, but hope was. He poured a glass of whiskey, sipped it slow, and let it burn his throat and stomach, almost like punishing himself for almost drinking the wine without her. He bathed, grabbed a book, and fell asleep. A week had passed, and still no word. So he decided that instead of waiting, he would send a letter. The letter read, "When two people are in love, nothing keeps them apart. And together is more than physical. I'm sorry for holding on to you for so long. If this is your type of love, it's painful, bearable, but there's no reward. Endurance begets more grief for me. If you do not plan to return, then this is it." Although he meant every word, a few days later, he began to get very anxious about her response. He waited a week for the response, running up to the old mailbox every day. And every day it was as empty as his big, lonely room. And that big room began to feel even bigger as he would drink his whiskey, always leaving enough for one more shot. He would glance at the wine and out loud say, "I love you, my only love. Please come pour me a glass. I've saved all 4 bottles for us. Remember you said you would be back, and I said I'll be here." Saddened by the lack of response, he stayed strong every day, working his job, reading his books, writing his own, until one day, while returning home with a friend, he checked his mailbox. She had sent him a letter. He felt sick. His friend began talking, and every word he said sounded like a different tongue. Then it became inaudible. Then he was alone in a dark void. The letter was opened, and the first sentence read, "I found someone new." He could feel his face get warm. He felt his eyes grow heavy, then blurry. He began to hear his friend rambling until the words were again distinguishable. The blackness faded, and his face now felt a cold chill. His ears were still hot, though. That night, he let the letter sit in his fireplace. It was the best place for that horrible update. He couldn't cry. He wanted to, but nothing happened. He wasn't angry and somewhat more relieved than hurt. The love he felt would never die, but in that moment, he had to dismiss it. Now that wine was simply taunting him. The bottle on his table looked at him in his face and said, "It has been 2 months." Then it laughed. "Did you really think she was coming back? I was a parting gift." He grabbed the bottle and then the corkscrew, forcing it into the top of the bottle without peeling the seal off. He screwed and pulled the cork off. He grabbed a slender flute and poured the first glass. He drank it all in one long gulp. He did that again. Half of the bottle was gone by the end of the night. The next night, he prepared baked chicken, spinach, and a few slices of sourdough bread. He brought the bottle into his dining room and reached for a glass. But instead of pouring, he put the bottle to his lips. He finished it. He woke up at the dinner table. 2 hours later, he stumbled into his room. That night, his bed felt like one large pillow. He rolled over to the edge and reached out to the other side. He held his hand out as if she would grab it. He fell asleep with his arms suspended in the air. A few days later, another bottle called his name. He got up from his reading chair and pulled a bottle out of the black satchel. "She was planning on asking you to send us to her, but right before she left, she changed her mind. She knew then she wouldn't return." Once again, he opened the bottle. He swallowed every bit of the red liquid. He imagined the first time he had tasted a Merlot on her lips. It was sweet and beautiful. It made him want a glass, but preferred to taste it from her lips. So he did, again, every time they kissed. Every sip was like swallowing a memory. He finished the bottle in an hour. This night, he dreamt of her. He kept seeing her walk into his room, but when he would follow her with his eyes, she would no longer be in the room. He would get up and look for her, but she would be gone. He woke up, and this time he did shed tears. The room was now just a lonely place where he talked to the last two bottles over the next month. They would dance on the table, laughing at him, calling him the lonely wine man, the lonely wine man. Sometimes he would even get up and dance with them and laugh as well. Then he would plop down on the bed and say to himself, "The duo that is you two are my friends. You are right, I miss her. But what was I thinking?" Then he would pass out, dream a dream of her that would never materialize, and in the morning he would cry. Some time had passed and his sadness began to feel ridiculous, so it went away. He was happy again, and one afternoon he came home and picked up one of the bottles. He looked at it and returned to the living room. He had company. A few friends sat around a table, laughing, smoking, drinking, and telling stories. He poured 3 glasses, and on the 4th he spilled the remainder. Briefly, he felt his eyes begin to tear up, but no one stopped laughing. No one stopped talking. Someone was already bringing him back a cloth to assist with wiping the spilled wine. He couldn't understand why no one felt the sharp pain in his side as the wine reached the edge of the table and began to spill onto the floor. But this love he felt was enough to continue to laugh along with his friends. He dropped the bottle. Everyone stopped, looked at him, and someone yelled, "You've had too much to drink, friend." And they all continued to smile and laugh. 1 year passed, and there was one lonely bottle left. What would he do with this bottle? It had not spoken to him like before. He still checked on it occasionally, dusty and cool behind his red leather couch. He sat on his bed, preparing for sleep, and he heard his front door open. He fell onto the floor and hid on the side of it. Weaponless, he prayed this was not an intruder. Had he forgotten to lock the door? He did not have much to take. He heard footsteps approaching down the hall, and he began to sweat. If this was it, he was not going to die cowering behind his bed. He stood up to meet the assailant. His bedroom door creaked open, and he thought he was looking at a ghost, dressed in all white. His love stood there. Huge tears ran down her face. They began to stream uncontrollably. He could only stare. He thought that if he reached out, she would turn into mist and evaporate. But she fell into his arms, and he caught her. He picked her up, brought her over to his red leather couch, and laid her down softly. He kissed her on the forehead, and she pulled her face up to his lips. She kissed him passionately and cried more. He noticed the white dress she was wearing was a wedding gown, and she was clenching the veil. She loosened it, and it fell to the ground along with a single key. He held her tight and reached behind the couch, pulling up the last bottle of wine. 2 glasses close by he poured. They drank and laughed and melted into one another. He fell on the floor, still holding her hand, and when he woke up in the morning, she was there, and so was her hand, still holding on tight to her love. That's all. Said I wasn't going to read it all to y'all, but it was getting too good. Plus, y'all don't listen anyway. Y'all wasn't going to go to the website. But anyway, that was The Lonely Wine Man. Show off some of my skills. I hope you loved it. This has been another episode of the Dearly Deep Heart Id podcast. Dearly Departed, if you want to call it that. And I'm signing out on y'all. Love, love, love.